Hello, cinema lovers.
Hello,
I'm Viola,
and me Kevin.
the big screen. Today we would like to, in that beautiful day, we would like to present you a Polish movie and at the same time open Polish cinema section.
Today the first video.
So we would like to start with the movie. Quite interesting, I think. The title is W ciemności.
In the darkness in English. Let's go.
So let's start with the film data, the basic information about the movie. The movie is from 2011, recorded in Germany and in Poland. Director Agnieszka Holland. Actually, she is the main famous director from Polish cinematography. The script was written by David Szymon, and it is really interesting the point about script because whole plot is based on the book titled In the Severs of the Lwów, written by Robert Marshall, but also is the kind of a diary from Christina Higer, the person who grew up to write her memoir, The Girl in the Green Sweater from 2008. The movie W ciemności won 17 awards and was nominated 90 times. Also was nominated to the Oscar as the Best Foreign Movie 2011.
Now something about the plot, about the information about the movie. Let's talk about the position. First of all, year 1943 in the city of Lwów, but more concretely in the sewers of Lwów, under the things that is happening under the land. We have this main character, Socha, that is this kind of thief, this kind of person that is making dirty business with the different people, is gaining money in different kind of ways. And we can see how the relation that he has with the Jews in the beginning is a kind of economical relation of convenience. He needs some money and he wants to make some dirty business. But we can see the development, how during the movie he's seeing different kind of things, the kind of adventures that he's having with these people and at the same time with the people who has the power over the land, and how the relation that is changing between each other. It has a kind of development, and we can see more pure human feelings. How in the beginning something that is pure commercial, pure economical interest, it becomes in a kind of friendship, in a kind of more human deep feelings. Let's see now about the background of the movie.
Holocaust is not a new topic in international and also Polish cinematography. Also, director Agnieszka Holland was recording this kind of movies. But what is interesting about this, that when you are watching can look like a little bit pianist or Schindler's List, but in the same time it's showing different view of this kind of controversial period of the history. It's really important to talk about it also because it shows a memory of the people who was living there. What is important also that Lwów in that period of when is happening the movie was territory of Poland. Nowadays is Ukraine, as you know, in the eastern territory of Ukraine, so near of the Polish border. Also, when you are watching, and if you know Polish, obviously you will hear the difference between the language. That Polish language there in that time was mixed with Ukrainian, with Russian, so it's kind of different. It's really important to understand that. And also I would like to mention that situation of Polish people and Jewish people in that time was quite difficult, quite stormy, but in the same time so emotional. So I think that you should watch it and see this kind of differences. Did we wake up your curiosity? Let's go to the secret files.
Now in the secret files, we come back to the main topic, to this to this protagonist of the movie, to Leopold Socha. Leopold Socha, actually, it was a real character, because this movie is based in real events, like many movies about the Nazi Holocaust. And this man was born in 96, and he died in 1946. Quite young, right? And it was, finally, it's quite interesting, because he died really young, and after spending almost the biggest part of his time in so dangerous situations. In the movie is based in the year 1943, and all the time in risk, even putting his family in risk in many different kind of situations you will see in the movie. But the guy actually died 1 year after the ending of the Second World War, when we can see the most dangerous part it was finished. And actually he died in so dramatic situation, because he died trying to save him daughter, sorry, from an out of control Russian army truck. And you can imagine, absolutely drama. And one of the things that makes me even a little bit scared is that during his funeral, one person mentioned that his death was caused because God wasn't happy with what he did for the Jewish people, so it was like a kind of punishment. So you can see the reaction of people, even still after the Second World War, with the impression for the Jewish people. Also, we need to mention that he and his wife, Wanda, also known as Magdalena, they received some years later from a kind of award, a kind of prize from the government, from the country of Israel, the award the Righteous Among Nations, in his honor and for a contribution of the humanity task that he did for the Jewish people. That Jewish people, that there is a sentence that resumes so good the development, the human development of this character during the movie, and he's mentioning that they are my Jews, they are my work. And now, to continue with the program, let's go to the good or bad luck. Today, in Good or Bad Luck, we will analyze the career of the director of this movie, Agnieszka Holland. I would say that good luck we can consider in the chapter of today, because Agnieszka Holland, she was born in 1948. She was born in Warsaw, exactly after the Second World War, so she didn't live actually during the Nazi Holocaust, but she's Jewish and Catholic at the same time. And so this woman didn't live during that event, but she based main part of her career producing this kind of movies connected with the Holocaust. She started working mainly in her studies connected with the cinema in her motherland, in Poland. She was actually friend of the classic Polish cinema director Andrzej Wajda, and she had different kind of connections in the beginning, so she learned from the best ones. That's why she is considered one of the best ones. But her career had different kind of changes. Her career hasn't been such easy how it looks like. And actually, one important year in her career, I would say in this case, not such good luck, was the year 1981 with The Lovely Woman. This movie, it was so complicated actually to watch this movie in that moment, because in that moment there was the Poland's predicament, and there was quite big problems connected with law and with the authorities. It started working the martial law in Poland. And in that moment, this movie was even considered illegal, was quite difficult or almost impossible to watch it in legal places. So every viewer who would like to watch this movie needed to go watch it in the privacy. And it caused that Agnieszka decided to move from Poland, looking for opportunities and for help just to produce new movies. And she moved from France later on to the United States of America, where she finally stayed. Nowadays even she's living there. And she produced almost the rest part of her cinematography, or the rest part of the movies that she produced in the United States of America, where she produced different kind of movie, and she was also producer of different kind of TV series. Year 1985, another important year. She receives here her first important award. It was for the movie Angry Harvest. This is a German production. This is also connected with the Jewish people. And in this year, Agnieszka Holland received the first important nomination, remember, to the Oscar to the Best Foreign Movie. If we continue going to her career, now let's go a little bit more far away, 6 years later, year 1991, where we find, I think, the most recognized, the most known movie, the most popular and the best movie of Agnieszka Holland. We found in year 1991 the movie Europa Europa, that actually is a French, German and Polish production, also based in the Second World War. Once again, another example of her career connected with this kind of topic and this kind of movies. And in that year, she received another important nomination, again the Oscars, but she received the nomination to the Best Screenplay in the year 1991. And now in her recent career, we can see her influence in the international cinema, because since the last year she has been working, maybe in a little bit more secondary part, but she has been working also for the company, the international company so known HBO, and she has been the producer, the director of some chapters of some international and so known TV series, as for example The Wire first, and later House of Cards. And definitely it was a really good luck for her. That's why we sum up with a really good luck with this movie that we have been commenting today, In Darkness, because she received her last important award, and of course has been also considered her last important movie, this one that we are talking about, In Darkness, sorry, year 2011, and again she was nominated for the Oscar to the Best Foreign Movie in the year 2011. In the last part of this section, we have a small curiosity for you, for the viewers, and we can say that Agnieszka Holland is a really big lover of the Czech cinema. Literally, she says that she loves the mundane metaphysics of the Czech cinema. So she had really friendly connection with her neighbors, as she's a Polish person. And now let's go to the next part of the program. Let's go to the bloopers or mistakes in the cinema.
The blooper for today is when Leopold Socha was taken by soldiers to the Kovalev. It's a kind of concentration camp. Him back from the arm suddenly disappear and appear between the scenes.
Now for the end of the program, it's time to give the valoration of the movie. I will start. In my opinion, I think that I will give a 7 to this movie. For some people, maybe they could consider that I'm not so generous. The movie, personally, I can consider that it's not the typical movie about the Second World War. It's not this kind of movies that you have been watching once and again, because it's a topic that is quite exploded in the world of the cinema. But still, I think that is a good movie. I don't give a bigger mark, basically because the movie, I feel that it that has this kind of charisma, this kind of special identity that has, for example, movies that we mentioned before, like The List of Schindler or The Pianist, that is everything such good, such the kind of atmosphere, the kind of story, the way that is recorded, the light, the music, everything gives this kind of atmosphere that, in my opinion, makes different for this kind of movie. That still, I think that is so original. The idea, for example, of the sewers, and also is showing a really important part of the human being. But I think that I miss still a little bit more identity, a little bit more quality, even if the interpretations are really good. And the movie is also, in my opinion, the feelings that the movie is waking up is like a kind of agony feeling. So really, it's a movie that catch you since the first part. But still, I give it a 7.
I think that the great value of the movie is that show the memory and the history of the people who survived Holocaust, who survived this period, controversial period of the history. I think that the best thing of the movie is the actors and actress that shows different kind of emotions, that shows how it was, really how it was in that time. So I think that I could give 8 points. I really like this movie and I really enjoy watching it. It was quite sad, but in the same time, I think that everyone should know this history, even if it's sad and has wake up this kind of feelings.
Okay, so we can consider easily that the media 7.5. The media by the biggest screen 7.5 points.
Here we are in the ending of our program, and we would like to ask you, which movie would you like us to review? If you have any suggestion, just write below the commentaries or in Facebook or in Instagram, and we'll check it out and we'll decide what kind of movie we would like to review the next time.
Also, talking about the social media, don't forget that you can follow us every single update, every single commentary, every single communication with the audience. You can follow us in Instagram, in Facebook, and of course we can communicate by our commentaries. And also, if you wish, you can write an email suggesting something or just asking for a kind of movie to review in our personal email.
So let's big thumbs up.
Don't forget to support the project, fingers up, don't forget to subscribe.
And see you next video.
See you!